You grew up in a small, far-off village where everyone lives a quiet and peaceful life. Woe came suddenly. A ferocious gang of bandits attacked your village. Having plundered your barns and killed anyone who resisted, they disappeared into the darkness. Oh, look at this little dude. He looks badass. But you're not one to surrender your fate without a fight. Wearing your father's old armor, you decided to go in pursuit of the villains and prove that you are an even bigger badass than them. Hello and welcome to Braveland. This is a fun little tactics game that I found on Steam. Has some interesting fight mechanics that I've never seen before. Still catch the bandits. Follow me! Hey, we got some peasants with pitchforks. Because what kind of an army doesn't need peasants with pitchforks? By the name of Gertrude, my mother. Alright. Forest full of giant wolves. Pitchforks at the ready. So, in this game here, the main guy who's supposed to be the badass who's going after the bandits that killed the villagers and whatnot, never actually fights. Instead, his units do. Yeah. Now in this game you have your squads, and each squad has a number of units. So like this one is 7, so this is actually 7 peasants right here. Unlike most tactics games that would have 7 individual people, or just different people that you power up, this one counted as that many people. Yes, luring the enemies into a trap by cowering in the bushes. And what would you like? Village has been robbed by bandits. Could it be true? They took everything we had in store for the winter. They killed anyone who got in their way on the spot. How did they sneak past us? They must have traveled by night. They were well prepared. Maybe we shouldn't pursue them. Oh, come on, don't be a little bitch, peasant. Peasants are supposed to chase down Frankenstein and the Wolfman. You can't be a little bitch. A few good archers can go a long way. Well, true. A bunch of pitiful, empty your pockets. Crook-eyed Sam, eh? Must suck to have a nickname based off of some kind of deformity you have, like Crook-Eye Sam, Long Nose Larry, you know. Yeah. So yeah, these archers and the couple other units there have a limited range, and outside of that range they do less damage. Oh shit, because now I won't get his money. Oh damn. Yeah, and the thieves drop money, but if you don't pick it up before the end of the fight, you just lose it, which sucks. I've already beaten this game once on hard. It wasn't too bad. There's 3 of these games. There's this one, which is just called Braveland. There's Braveland Wizard and Braveland Pirate. I've started playing Braveland Wizard because it's the second one, and it's like this game, but it's definitely just a straight improvement. They fixed a lot of the audio issues. Rage shot, alright. Like this one here, you'll probably notice that the music starts doing funny stuff every now and then. Everything they don't need. Oh, the blacksmith. Your arrogance is exceeded only by the length of your beard. That was a good one. So these guys are a blacksmith who, for whatever reason, yeah, special abilities. I don't want to attack that guy, but whatever. Who, for whatever reason, controls the power of lightning in their hammer. Every blacksmith in this game is Thor. Yeah, recharging abilities. This guy. So as you hurt them, now you'll actually get to see, there's 2 units in this one. Okay, well, he died. You actually lower the amount of units in it. So like this has 3, now it has 2, so now they'll do less damage than if there was 3, and your units work the same way. So like the more units you have, the more damage they do. Which I've never seen before in a game. I imagine there's probably some out there like that, I've just never played them. This is on normal, by the way, not hard. Not that at this point you would notice much of a difference. Until you actually get to start recruiting people yourself, the difficulty didn't really go up on hard. Slot cards count. Oh, we get the Rangers now. So I think we can track them down. There's a path in the forest. Hey, we have Robin Hood now. So the swords above their head determine how strong they are. So far, all the guys I've been fighting have been the cross swords with a green outline, which is easy fights. These ones with the yellow outline are considered like the normal difficulty fights. And then there's red with a skull, and then there's curved swords that are red with a skull, which is basically go away, you're not gonna manage this fight. Stop by a handful of unskilled archers. Yeah, these guys are not the best archers. Although they're great to fight because they can miss. They don't miss like an insane amount. Like they're not that bad. But they still miss enough that it comes in handy. The one thing about fighting ranged units in this game though is they're probably the only unit that I will try and oh, whoops. Thought it was the peasants there. That I'll try and lower them individually. Like, I won't focus fire one. The melee guys, I will just focus fire on one unit until they go down. But the range guys, I'll just hit so that they lowers their damage, since they can hit me from almost anywhere. And they can become insanely annoying in this game. Alright, you die. Or just, yeah, alright. Also, when archers get attacked in melee, when they counterattack, they do less damage. So, like, he just did 2 damage to me there. If that was a ranged attack, he would have done significantly more. Oh shit, my ability was up. Aha, you're dead. And all these guys have different abilities. Like, the peasant is your standard unit. You get a crap load of peasants by the end of this game. You end up with like unit of, I think when I finished on hard, my unit was like 40 plus. And as you can see, you get more money the more people you kill, so the more that are there, and you lose money for every person that died. So I lost 1 archer there. Oh, leveled up. It has very basic level ups, and increase the damage or increase the resistance. But what's really important is the leadership. Because if we go into here, into squad, your squad can only have 15 stars. Each unit, based on its usefulness, has a star number attached to it. And then underneath them has how many of each unit you can currently have in your squad. So like I have 3 of the, what are they? Oh, Pathfinders. But I can have a total of 4 if I can recruit more, which I don't know if there's Pathfinders here, but there's definitely peasants. Yep, there we go. There's some new small force, yep. So I'm not going to buy any archers, because having beaten this already, I know that the archers are fairly useless later. Looking for man, isn't that the chest of man is dropped? You won't find it. We hid it in the yard. The archers get replaced, but the peasants and the pathfinders I'll keep right till the end of the game. There's only 7 different units. And I don't use the last unit that you get, that you unlock, and I don't use the archers after I unlock the other unit that replaces them. But that unit isn't until, I want to say the last area. Like, you get them right at the beginning of the last area. So that won't be for like a couple videos that you'll see those. So the Pathfinders are, as you can probably tell by their getup, more like assassins. Ah, fucking dogs. And the units in this game actually use somewhat decent tactics. Like, they will circle around your melee fighters and go for your archers, unfortunately. As you can tell. And it becomes a real pain in the butt. Especially when it's like this, because the battlefield's so big, and the fact that it's a hexagon instead of a square makes it significantly harder to put up defenses or to block them off. Aha. But as soon as I get another melee unit there, I can box in my ranged units. Just joking, that's what neighbors are for. Dig up yourself. So this game has obviously a limited amount of money. There is no replayable fights in this game, so you have to definitely try your best at each fight, because the more you get from each fight, the more money you'll have in the end. Whereas if you barely win every fight and get almost no money, you're going to be very screwed, because you won't be able to hire more guys, and since there's nothing to go back to replay, the most you can do is just beat your head against an enemy, hoping that you get enough of them killed that you gain a little bit of profit before you lose. But chances are, if they're wiping your squad, you're going to get nothing. What is their ability to do? Inspires bandits by increasing the damage they deal. Yeah. So another thing is the treasure chests here. If you don't get to the treasure chest before the end of the fight, you don't get what's in it. Which is, unfortunately, something that can happen fairly easily. Probably shouldn't have ran that Pathfinder quite that far in there, but at least if he's sitting next to that guy, he won't be able to use his bow. It does focus all of the damage on the Pathfinder though. And another thing that can happen is the enemies can pick up the money too, and if they do that, I don't know if you get it at the end or not. I highly doubt you do, but I'm not sure. Oh shit, my Pathfinder's gonna go down. Oh fuck, I should not have ran him in there like that. Oh well. Next up, the peasants. The peasants can at least take more hits, if only because they have more units to kill. Like the Pathfinders only had 4, so it didn't take much to take them down. But as long as I can keep the wolves on the peasants, I should be good. Oh shit, right, raid shot. Ow. Well, I don't think I'm making much money on this one. Does not look... Well, oh, yeah, there we go. Almost 200 gold. Wow, this game's a lot more forgiving resistance to physical attacks. There's significantly more physical attacks than ranged attacks in this, or magic attacks in this game. Okay, I want to say this guy gives me a sword, right? Give me everything I have. Took my special elixirs for beard growth, the monsters. How could they? Hey, thank you for the sword. So yeah, this sword, this is what your main hero, the main guy of the game, actually brings to the table, is 4 equipment slots, which isn't the best. Also, you'll notice that the ones that you can still interact with are yellow, whereas the other ones are all white. So like, even though this is a shop, it's white. That means that there's nothing else you can buy there. Go back here. Oh, I can't get any more peasants. Alright. You'll be able to tell most of the time what the spaces are going to be used for. So like this one here is a question mark. It's a little shack, but there's no sign outside. So it's just going to be a story-based thing, I think. I don't know. It has been a little while since I played this. Okay. Ow. So obviously, as you progress, you know, the enemies are going to get more and more plentiful. They can split up their units like this, though, whereas you never can. Like, I have 5 archers there. I couldn't split that one unit into 5 separate archers. Not that it would help much anyway. Then it would just be 5 attacks doing the same damage, but... I'll move him there. Another bad thing about the hexagons is it really fucks with your version of movement, because in most games with grid tactics, you don't have to think about corner ways, whereas in this one, that's pretty much all you're thinking of as you move them. Oh god, so much damage. Yeah, unfortunately when you tell a unit to wait in this game, it just waits until the end of the turn. So like, I told him to wait, but he was the last one of my units that needed to move, so all that did was he sat there while these 3 attacked, and then I just had to make him defend anyway because he couldn't get close enough to anyone. Wait is a much more viable option for the faster units like the Pathfinder, because then you can sit them just out of range of someone, wait for them to get closer to you, and then hit them, end of turn. He starts the next turn and hits them again. Because when you melee attack someone and they counterattack, they can only do that once until their next turn. So like, he counterattacked him. Now if he hadn't died there, that would have been a free hit from the peasant, because he wouldn't have been able to do anything to him. But now we get more Pathfinders. And throwing knives, the art of throwing knives, which is a somewhat useful skill. They are a very melee heavy class, so it's basically only useful if they can't quite reach someone. Since bandits are being able to sell my equipment for triple the price, well, maybe. And when do you think you're going? Oh, so that, okay, so that is a shop then. Okay, if I move there, then I will chill. And then if I move there, they have that part blocked off. I will start taking out the archers, I guess, with him. So the nice thing about your archers is they can never miss. Like, these 2 guys can miss. The bearded bandit ones can't, but these 2 can. Aha. Have a knife. See, so like, I had this blocked off, so that guy was going to go down and around to try and get to my archer. Aha. It's... yeah. It can get really rough later on when there's... because these guys aren't very fast right now. But later on when you have the swordsmen and that actually have some decent movement and attack. So like, even if that peasant guy had managed to get around there, chances are I could have done enough damage to him before he got close enough to the archer because he was so slow moving that he wouldn't have been doing very much damage by the time he got there. Ow. Ow. Okay, now if I sit there, I can throw my knife there. Aha! Ow. So one interesting thing about the sequel to this game, the Braveland Wizard, is they actually take a lot of the units from this game and use them differently. So like those goblins I fought actually have different units besides goblin. Like there's a lot more enemy types in the sequel. And you actually get like those blacksmith guys with the hammers that I'm fighting, you actually get them, that's one of your units. No special abilities, and 20% damage from archers. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with either of those. Check my squad. That's good enough. Okay, and here's the first boss of the game and the completion of the, I don't know, grasslands, forest? I don't know. Village, maybe? I guess they did attack the village. And what can he do? Mercenary speed by 1 and damage by 20%, reduces defense by 50. Oh, well that's good. Takes more damage at least. Okay, he's going up top, so I'll go up top. It's a little bit faster than me. How many did he move? 2, 3. It's a lot. So I'll just defend there. And peasant can go up there. Ow. So as you can tell, the boss, these guys become standard enemies later. But right now he's a boss, and the bosses don't have the same unit strength. They just have 1 health bar for 1 unit. Whereas like the other guys, when you deplete their health bar, that's just 1 out of however many units they have dead. Ow. Okay, I will go here and use my ability to weaken that archer. Ow. Shoot him. Yeah, if there's one thing though that I really wish this game had, it would be that your main character actually did a lot more. You do get an ability, I think after this fight, that technically it's your main character doing, but it doesn't really, it's not like he shows up on the battlefield or anything. It's just stuff that you throw at them from off screen. There we go. Oh god, my peasants are taking a beating here. In the second one, it's the same thing. Like your main, I'll just finish him with this. Yeah. Your main character doesn't do anything, but at least in the second one, your main character is a wizard. So the fact that she just sits off screen and throws stuff at people makes a lot more sense. Whereas on here, your guy's like all armored up, has his sword, and just never uses it. Which I guess is a lot of military leaders throughout history, was just sitting behind all of their units, telling them what to do. You gone, that should kill you, done. Right now, my death will be avenged in full. Erikin the Great does not like anyone interfering with his plans. He will burn your huts to the ground with 1 flick of his staff. See from, there's definitely no joking with him. We must find a stop his master before it's too late. Onward! Hello, good sir. So long evaluating the rare artifacts the bandits stole, but now that's all in the past. They captured Gandalf. Found a really rare thing. Oh, see, here's the Amulet of Fury. true, young man, but this is special amulet. 5 ancient kings and contains the might of each of them. Find the statues of the kings and you will be able to unleash the powers of the amulet. You can only use fire arrow, which is honestly probably the most useful ability there is on the amulet. I think you end up with 5 different abilities by the end. 1 for each of the kings who help forge it, and the first one you get is the most useful. But that'll do for today. That's the first part of it's the first part of Braveland. First boss done, first area done. Cleared the village, the forest, and the plains. Next time we'll go on to the desert. I don't know how long it'll be until that video is out, but it shouldn't be too long. I plan on releasing at least 1 video every day, so we'll see how long it takes me to edit everything together. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.